We have made it. We finally have preseason football here for the Dallas Cowboys. Still got several hours until kick. Before then, I'm looking at 10, actually more than 10, I'm going to cheat, who cares, players to watch as the Cowboys take on the Rams in this one. Before we dive into it, let's get in the good habit here. If you want the Cowboys to beat the Rams, show it by liking today's video. More likes equals wins, and we at least want to have, wins don't matter. I know it's the preseason, but we at least want to have some success. So like the video, please and thank you if you haven't already done so, if you want the Cowboys to beat the Rams in week 1 of the NFL preseason. Let's dive into the players to watch. Number 1, and we'll go offense to defense here. Shocker, it's Joe Milton as the top player to watch for the Cowboys in this one. I think we're going to see a lot of him. And maybe we get a little bit of Will Greer. I'm not going to freak out if we do or don't on that front. I want to see Joe Milton play. In theory, he's healthy. We're filming this before Thursday's practice, so if something happens, I want to see Joe Milton involved. I want to see him make some plays. I want to have fun watching the preseason. Otherwise, what's the benefit there? I want to have Joe Milton make some big-time plays. I know going in, it's going to be the Joe Milton experience. You saw the good in 2024 against the Bills, the backups to be fair, but still. You saw the bad last year in the preseason. Now, hopefully the supporting cast, the environment, all of that is better. He's in year 2. Milton was actually not good in the preseason last year. I think people have a tendency to forget. He had 1 good game and 2 bad games. Didn't play a tremendous amount, but the traits are there. The arm talent is there. I just want to have some fun. Let's let Joe Milton loose. See what happens. Hopefully he plays better than Trey Lance did. Jaydon Blue is next up here. And, isn't this the guy one of the guys we're all most excited about? He'll probably play a decent amount. He has not had actually a massive workload even dating back to his days at Texas. He has been a committee back. He'll probably be a committee back for Dallas this year. But after Deuce Vaughn went down, meant more reps for Blue. When Miles Sanders went down, meant more reps for Blue. Keep stacking, keep building is what you want to see out of these young guys, and we are still in early August. Like we mentioned yesterday, I kind of want to see in general who's going to play for the Cowboys in the preseason. There's no injury report, so we'll see about Miles Sanders, Deuce Vaughn, etc. But I want to see Jaydon Blue make some plays. The O-line's going to be solid. At least it should be in the preseason. Let's have some excitement. So give me your score predictions for the Cowboys against the Rams in this one. This question is the pinned comment on today's show. Let me know what you think the final score prediction is between the Cowboys and the Rams. Traeshon Holden leads a lot of different receivers we could have had this conversation about. I just think that wide receiver-wise, this is probably the one we are all most excited for. He's the new piece that is going to play actual snaps. George Pickens does not count. He got better each year in college, from Bama to Oregon. The yards per catch jumped up. The catches, the yards all went up in a positive direction. TDs were fairly consistent. That's fine in the end. The depth receivers, how does Flanoy look? How does Cropper look? Do they even play Kevontae Turpin a lot? Jalen Brooks has a chance to showcase some stuff. He's the one who caught the bomb from Joe Milton. And at times, Milton has been ahead of Holden. But this is how you earn a spot on a practice squad on the Cowboys roster. On a different team's roster or practice squad by showing out. Nathan Thomas. This one makes sense, doesn't it? The offensive tackle. He's going to play a lot. He was going to play a lot even before the Tyler Guyton injury. Now you're probably even more dialed in on what he's going to look like in this one. You have to have a better feel for what Nathan Thomas is. He had a tough time against Jared Verse. It was the hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby meme. He's not going to get Jared Verse in this one. But you want to see him take a step forward. His first real playing time against a non-teammate in almost 2 years, something like that. Now you got to see some more from him. So hopefully he does take a nice step forward. And you guys can get this Cowboys cutoff hoodie on sale at chatsports.com/DAL hoodie. Was $55, now it is just $33. We'll put that link in the comments section and the description of today's show. It's chatsports.com/DAL hoodie. Was $55, now it's $33. Perfect as we finally get closer and closer to the fall calendar. Lyle Collins, who I will preface this by saying I don't actually know if he's going to be available or not, but is worth mentioning. I think he'll be able to play. It is kind of funny we went from the reporting of he looks great great shape when he signed in 2023 to now he looks so much better, which it's funny how that works out there. This is his third stint. Cowboys, their overall philosophy along the offensive line is one I'm actually a huge fan of for the preseason. We're not playing around with undrafted free agent from an FCS school as your 12th offensive lineman. We're doing, these guys have played. All these guys have played. When the Cowboys bring out their third string, so to speak, offensive linemen, they will have started actual NFL games. They will have played real NFL games. The days of, hey, the third string defensive line is cooking the third string offensive line, Cowboys got a chance to kind of change things on that front. And hopefully, unlike last year in the first game of the preseason, we get a touchdown. 4 Brandon Aubrey field goals, what the Cowboys had last time. So this year, who scores the first touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Who do you think scores that first touchdown for Dallas? Let's talk some more players to watch here defensively. So we have the defensive tackle. Again, you could have gone a lot of different names. I'll try to shuffle this each week, not have the same 10 names for the preseason. I want to see what he can do. Can he clog some lanes on the ground? At times, when you're the run-stopping, focused defensive tackle, it's almost best if we don't notice you, and the opposing team is not pushing for big yards on the ground. That is often a good thing. I think you could also argue Tommy Akinbasa would say he was a draft pick. Have you guys seen any clips of him at training camp? I haven't. I think it's been pretty quiet. It's also trench play. It's not as obvious. We get focused on the skill guys for good reasons. Make some plays today. Today. Make some plays to make something happen in the pass rush or against the run. Donovan Ezeiruaku, I am almost at the point where I've been so impressed by him so far that I'm just going to shut him down and not really give him too much preseason playing time because I need him healthy for the actual game itself. 21 TFLs, 16.5 sacks. He was crazy good last year. He's beaten all the guys he's gone up against. He got Guyton. He got Thomas. He got Terrence Steele. He's got Donovan or Tyler Booker on some stunts. We're obviously not going to see Micah Parsons. We might see a little bit at most of Dante Fowler. We'll see Ezeiruaku. We'll see Nealon. We'll see Sam Williams. That Rams offensive line depth chart gets thin, second and third string. Make some plays happen. Now, I know it's just the preseason, and the wins and losses don't matter. It's the individual performances of really a select few more often than not. But what is your confidence level in the Cowboys beating the Rams? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Shamar James, next up here, the linebacker from Florida. Again, we'll see how much Murray and Sanborn we actually end up getting. James is young. He's talented. I think he was a Matt Eberflus pick. There was a point earlier in camp where he briefly got some reps with the first team. Being down essentially 2 linebackers kind of opens the door for some more rotation when Kenneth Murray was out following the birth of his kid. I'm also curious when you get, Jack Sanborn seemingly has the green dot early on. Who gets the green dot with the second and third string teams? Is it Leofau? Is it Clark? Do they see if Shamar James can handle it with the third string? I want to see how that element plays out, if as best we can identify it. How about just all the cornerbacks that are going to play? Cop-out answer, but I couldn't pick one. We mentioned on Friday's show, you got to focus in on these types of players and whatnot. You're not going to play Bland I don't think so. Trayvon Diggs, obviously out. Kyrie Elam might get a little bit at most. Savone Revel. They could also rotate some guys and give more playing time next week, but they're not going to be key factors. Kalen Carson is still banged up, so the guys I am watching, apologies to CJ Goodwin, Izzy Mukwamu, Andrew Booth, Troy Pride, Kamon Hall, then Zion Childress, then Robert Rochelle. 1, 2, maybe 3 of these guys are going to make your roster, and one of them might start for you in the first game of the season. So I got to see some good stuff. I got to see you not getting cooked over and over again. That is what I have to see play out, or else I'm going to be a little bit nervous about the whole thing. One more name to get to, but who are you watching in the Cowboys versus Rams matchup? Drop a name or names for me in the comments of today's show. Finally, Elijah Clark, the safety. And this is one of the most expensive, in terms of guaranteed money, undrafted free agents that the Cowboys brought in this year. That is a sign at minimum they want Elijah Clark on the practice squad. The Cowboys did add several safeties, and for good reason. they're going to play him a bunch. Like, the safety room in the preseason is going to get work. How much Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, Marquise Bell, and currently injured Wanye Thomas are we really going to see? At most, isn't it like a quarter or a half per game? That's an entire half and probably more like 3 quarters per game for Elijah Clark, Mike Smith, and I bet they play Zion Childress at safety because they are so thin, just like with who's going to actually play, because I think Dallas knows what they have in Hooker, Wilson, Bell, and Thomas. So the safeties, can they get a Julius Wood 2.0 scenario? Maybe don't lose that guy to the Titans, although he did get suspended for PEDs. Let's see how that part plays out in the back end.